Alright, everybody, so we are back in Wyoming. Well, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't say back. We're back and we're in Wyoming. We're not exactly back in Wyoming. It's been a year. Alright, everybody, so we are back. And the audio's where everything's working, so. Oh, there's some lightning. And this is not as pretty of a scene as it was yesterday, but these storms are just getting going. Just got a severe thunderstorm watch issued for parts of Wyoming, Nebraska, Colorado. And these storms are about, let me see, 25. How about put a muffler on your truck? Nice. These storms are, I swear to God, I'm going to start a nonprofit that just goes around and puts mufflers on people's cars. Because I can't stand exhaust like that. It drives me nuts. But anyway, these storms are about 25 miles to our west, but there's really no road to get to them. So we're just kind of sitting here watching, and it's quite the sight. It's actually really pretty. No severe warnings on these yet. And in fact, these aren't even that impressive on radar. If you look at radar Omega, hold on. If you look at radar Omega, these are pretty weak storms right now, but we're not really chasing anything crazy today. We're out here trying to experience something and see something cool. You don't have to have a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning to see something cool. We saw some really pretty scenes yesterday with a pretty meager storm. You know, we don't need tornadoes flying or giant hail to find something interesting. The chances of a tornado today are quite slim. The chances of really anything severe today, in my opinion, are kind of quite slim. I think today is going to be more of an average thunderstorm type day, but they did put that severe thunderstorm watch out, and they just did that like 10 minutes, 20 minutes ago. So what my plan kind of is today is to take this as easy as possible. We don't want to end up like way out of position or super far away from tomorrow, because tomorrow we may need to be up in Rapid City. We might end up in like the Badlands National Park, which for something like this, I'm kind of more interested in getting really cool pictures and content like that than I am a tornado anyway. You know, this is kind of that time of the year where we focus on just seeing something really interesting that we don't get to see most of the time. And I'm actually kind of excited to go up there by Rapid City tomorrow. With that said, there's something going on with hotel prices around here tonight. I don't know what it is, but everything's ridiculously expensive. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. Like, Rapid City tomorrow night, Rapid City's $226 for a freaking Holiday Inn. You know, that's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there, but like even tonight, it's expensive. I was thinking about staying in like Scottsbluff, and the prices of stuff is ridiculous. So if I can end up on I-80 tonight, like Sydney or Ogallala, that would be fantastic. So if we end up with a storm that kind of looks like it's going to ride along I-80, I'm probably taking that. Because I don't know how, like, it's price gouging is what it is. I mean, I can't do this if I'm spending $225 a night on hotels. That's ridiculous. A Holiday Inn or a Hampton Inn should be no more than $130 before tax. It's just stupid. But with that said, if I have to, Scottsbluff would be okay, but I really don't want to go to. I really don't want to end up in like Alliance or Chadron or something because it's even more pricey up there. But I'm actually kind of looking forward to tomorrow. So I'm actually going to switch to the in-car camera here. Give you a little bit of a zoomed-in view, I guess. Why not? But these are some of the best days. Like I said yesterday, we saw the gas station. That was pretty cool. I'm hoping we can get something like that today. But I think tomorrow might be the day for that because I know a lot of places up there just on like the south end of the Badlands National Park where you can get some really good photos. I've driven through there plenty of times and I've thought, man, if there was actually a storm here, wouldn't that be something? But there's never been a storm there when I've driven through, so. The storm is getting closer. Basically, there was lightning. What's happening is we had a giant cluster of storms over I-25, and now it's kind of congealing into one large blob. So this thing might, now that the updrafts are kind of combining, we might actually end up with a strengthening storm here pretty soon. But thanks for joining regardless, folks. Back to the roof camera for the wide shot. There are some storms going up down there by like Fort Collins and what is that northwest of there? What's the town? I guess I don't even have a town on the map. West of 287 between Fort Collins and Laramie. But they're not very robust and they're way out of the target area. I think this is going to be the target storm today. There is a road off to our north that goes west. It's like, what is that? Maybe 10 miles north of here that does go west. It's like a kind of a ranch road, but it looks like it goes... I don't think it would be good. It looks like it goes down in elevation, so it might be tough to see anything. So we're just going to hold off here for a minute. Once the storm gets about 5 miles closer, maybe like 10 miles closer, we've got an east option. We've got a road. We've got actually a couple of roads that go east. So we do have an option to track this thing and to get closer to it. It just has to come here. Like it's in a road hole right now. It just has to come a little closer, and then we can do something with it.
So earlier, I did notice as storms went up along the boundary there, north of Cheyenne. There was a bit of convergence along the boundary, and I think maybe it tried to land spout or something like that. But uh, it's since then nothing's really been happening. So I think there is actually a decent shot at some land spouts today, especially once we heat up and we get some more three cape with any boundary interactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, let's see here. All right, our storm is moving at like, this got to be moving at like 5 miles an hour. Hold on, let me look. 18 miles an hour, and that might be generous. Okay. Yeah, I just got fuel, which is good. I had to pay $3.45 for gas, which is ridiculous. Now, I know you guys over there in Gavin Newsom's extravaganza are like, oh, 3 something a gallon must be nice. We're paying 7 something a gallon. Now, I get it, but you guys, my advice to you guys is just move. Just get out of there. But for the rest of us, that's extremely high, especially compared to what we had down south, where it's like $2.20, 30, 40 cents. So we're kind of we're all right for fuel. There's not many places to get fuel up here, but we're all right in terms of that. But I am really hungry, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that yet. But I'm hoping this storm gets a little bit of structure as it moves closer to us. Because right now it kind of looks like crap. But if you guys remember yesterday, the storm looked like crap too. And then it wasn't. So... Whoa. So I'm scrolling Twitter, and the first thing that I see is one of these robo-taxi things that Elon's got or whatever. Failed to stop for a school bus and then proceeded to run over a child during a test, but wow, okay, nice. What a piece of shit. Man, this thing is not moving much. We may want to go north and see if we can get on that western route. Honestly.
Yeah, DBZ's been coming down in the storm. I think it might be struggling, but yeah, that special weather statement warned kind of storm, and everything up there looks pretty healthy though. So maybe north is the right move. We'll see. But yeah, this one's been steadily weakening.
I remember my first time driving. Alright guys, so we're gonna go north by like 8 miles, and then there is a west option. Alright. So we're going to go toward the storm, but we have to go like 8 miles north, and then it's going to be kind of a really questionable road. Well, hold on a minute. Yeah, we'll do that. It's going to be a questionable road, but that's alright. Come on, car, you can do it. Any day. There we go. we go. I don't know what's going on with this storm. It looks like it's dying, but I don't think it is because, guys, I don't care what like radar and satellite shows. I care what my eyes see. My eyes don't see a dying storm here. Reflectivity's come down, yes, but it's still hanging out over there just fine. So I don't know what's going on here. If it just rained itself out or what, but it's not done. Got like 4 miles to that west road. We'll get a little bit closer, maybe get a better look at it. Today, tomorrow, and the next day are going to be pretty uneventful days for the most part, I think.
Just give me and show me what's here. Go over a couple more hills and then we've got our road.
we're stuck behind the guy doing like 45 in the 70 again. Every time.
Yeah, that storm up by, what's that? Wheatland to your northwest just went severe warned, tornado possible, 1-inch hail, moving northeast at 30.
Alright, that's hours away probably, so we're stuck with this one for now.
Yeah, until we can get another storm intensifying kind of in this area, yeah. Still watching that one right over Wheatland. It's a little closer. If that one can organize, that might be a good option.
Alright. We'll be... Once we go down this hill, we've got our west option. The terrain gets really pretty over here. You'll see it in a minute here. We'd be getting there quicker if we were doing the speed limit. I don't know what it is about every time I try to do my job, but somebody always gets in front of us and does like 20 under the speed limit every single time. Yeah, I actually don't know what the speed limit is, but I know it's not 47 miles an hour right now. I know that. Oh my god. And every time I get a passing zone, this guy speeds up just enough that it's not going to work. But you can see we got some really pretty terrain coming here. Oh Jesus, man, we are. Is there a car? Yeah, there's a car coming. God damn it! As long as this guy doesn't turn left, we're all right. This is pretty miserable here. Either there's a car coming. Jesus. And another car coming. Alright, so we're going to take this Bear Creek Road off to the west. Thank God he's not turning left. Jesus. That's pretty. I guess this road ain't too bad.
Beginning mileage is the same as my ending.
Copy, hospitals are notified. Please be good to help you get you out of the
That's right.
Alright. Let me take a look at something.
Like there is another storm approaching Cheyenne to your southwest, moving pretty much east, but that's also pretty far south. Nothing really close by yet.
Alright, we're gonna stop up here for just a second.
What? Are you still in the jail? Yeah, regional west. Well, I'm in Detroit now. I may need you to help translate or find some further questions for my 1015. For she's been medical treatment. She's been in the jail.
This is a waste of time. That really is.
Paperwork. You know, right?
Yeah. I agree. Expecting that out there. Nothing really consolidate. Honestly, maybe we should just head back. Just kind of get back toward Kimball or just somewhere in that corridor and just kind of hang out there and just see if anything can get going once it gets into better air. It's just not the greatest air back here. Looks like the only choice is going to be these cumulus towers on the outflow to our south here. Everything else is orphan animal. There's nothing else. No, we're not the only chaser.
guys, so I'm looking at radar and some options right now, so this really isn't doing much. We can't go north. I mean, the thing is out here, guys, like, it might look like it's 5 minutes away on a map, but we're talking hours to go anywhere out here. It's very big out here. It takes hours to go from one town to the next, so it looks like we're close to some other storms, but we're really not. So I have to decide what I want to do here. Let me look at a few things.
You know what? Never mind. Let's just flip and go back.
Yeah, I won't put direction heading on stream because it's misleading. So listen, folks, I get this concern brought up a lot, and now that the weather-wise, the evil app, as I call it, it's a shithole. I'm sorry, but anyway, I digress. The whole Ryan Hall thing and what they're doing to max velocity is bullshit. That's bullshit. But kicking the little guy and taking a piss on his grave is not how you do business. But anyway. Putting a direction of heading on a live stream is extremely misleading. Here's why. I'm heading west, right? I'm driving west. Hold on. Which way are you looking? You're looking south. Most people will say, oh, okay, so it says that they're driving west, so I must be looking west. Well, we've got multiple cameras, and people don't put two and two together. There is no technologically reasonable way for me to always be able to accurately tell you on screen with a graphic what direction you're looking. The direction my car is heading is totally moot. That doesn't give anybody any useful information. The useful information would be which way is the camera looking. And the reason for that is because we can be driving west and you can be looking east or things like that. The only way to calculate heading using GPS is to look at 2 points on the map and say, did you get, here's point A. Did you get farther away from point A to the west, north, south, or east? Which direction did point B move? Okay, well, it went west, so it must be heading west. Well, what happens when we get out of the car and we've got the camera pointed a totally different way from the cameras in the car and stuff like that? That's why I refuse to have GPS on the screen, because it caused issues one time. I think it was the Yuma tornado, where we had the 911 call taker watching, and they were extremely confused, and they thought there were two separate tornadoes because we were talking about and reporting one, and it said west. They thought that we were going west. It said east. We were going east, but we were looking west, and we weren't even in the car. I was using the handheld camera. So it is an issue when it comes to accurately reporting what we're seeing, and I refuse to implement it. I used to have it, but I refuse to implement it, and that is why. Because it misleads people in critical times. It's just, unfortunately, it's just the way that it is. There's just no good way to go about it, because especially when you're switching between 300 different cameras. Well, yeah, you can follow on Radar Omega and see which way the dot's moving. I mean, yeah, but, if the dot... But the thing is when I start putting stuff on screen, like, heading west, well... If I didn't tell you guys which direction the car was facing, like, would you know what direction the camera was facing? Well, right now the screen would say west. You guys are not looking west. So you see what I'm saying? It just doesn't work, and it like you could, I don't know, you could have a way to do it. You could code something so that it looks at the azimuth of the camera, and it's just no. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's a great concept, and it worked great while I was doing it, but it caused a lot of confusion, so we did away with it. Yeah, we give Max our content for free just out of spite, because I think all this garbage that Hall pulled, I think, was really awful to him and was absolutely targeted directly at Max, which is really shameful. So I do it out of spite, since he lost 2 or 3 or 4 storm chasers to the Hall Enterprise. Well, F you. You can have my stuff for free then, just out of spite. So, because I think that's ridiculous. I hate seeing the little guy get kicked and then pissed on. I think that's ridiculous. That's bogus, I think. So, yeah, that's what that comment was about. We have some severe warning storms up to the north. We could go cut them off, but they don't... I don't know if they're even going to be worth it by the time we would get up there. Let me see where we could actually intercept them at. Hold on. Probably get them at Guernsey. Okay, so we're an hour and 15. The question is, could we beat the storms or not? Let me see. Radar Omega has actually got a tool for this. If you use the little path tracking feature, but I need to see how fast the storm is moving. Let's see. The skit says 18 miles per hour. What's the warning text say? 30. So which is it? Let's just say 30. We're just gonna say 30, just for worst case scenario. Lusk in an hour and a half. How fast could we get to Lusk? We could get it. Well, here's the deal, guys. Having these exclusivity contracts and stuff is nothing new with content creators. There's nothing wrong with that. But doing it to target and to destroy your competition is unethical when we are in the public safety and weather-related enterprise. We're not talking about, Coke versus Pepsi here. We're talking about people getting life-saving information. And to start, when you make enough money as it is, to try to inject more corporate greed into that's not, well, maybe it's you could argue it's a smart business practice. It is a poor ethics practice. And business ethics mean a lot in this world, especially now where so many people get their news and their content from the internet. You need to have good ethics and set some sort of an example for these people. So yeah, that's a good comment. So we could make it. I don't know if I want to go north or not, though.
I will say we have kind of an area of 60s dews a bit north. The area you're in is kind of mid to low 50s, but it looks like along what is that, Highway 26, there seems to be kind of a ribbon of low to mid 60s dew.
Yeah, that's actually really weird. Where can I get a freaking hotel tonight that's not going to be $300 effing dollars? I can't afford that. Are you kidding me? Where the hotel is might actually make the decision what storm we get. Does Torrington have anything? I'm not staying at the Bedbug Inn, so don't anybody be like, oh, there's a Motel 6. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting bed bugs. or shot. I don't know which is worse. Or bedsheet herpes. That's kind of a joke from last couple streams ago. I don't think Torrington has much for... Yeah, they do, but it's sold out. Son of a gun. Well, I think we still have Alliance over there. We go to Alliance, I guess. All right, let's go. Let's just go back to the highway. We'll figure it out once we get back to the highway. How's that sound? That sounds reasonable. Back to the highway. I tell you though, it is really pretty out here, folks. Like, this is a nice area to live stream in. Like, even when things don't really do anything, it's still a nice area to live stream in because you've got prettiness, you know? Thanks, Tammy. Our little storm is still hanging in there. That's the one you're looking at now. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward going up to Torrington. we'll stop up here in just a second at the intersection. I'm gonna go across the road and pull over for a second. One of these hubcaps is loose and it's rattling around. It's really driving me nuts. Then we got to make a decision. I'll make a decision here in a minute or two because we'll have to. God, the stuff down here is just trash. I think for the most part. I thought yesterday was going to be the trash day and today was going to be the good day, but it actually might end up being the other way around. Well, I need to adjust a setting on that camera too, so hang on a second. Okay. Well, let me take a glance at the HRRR. I don't like using the HRRR to do this, but it would give us some hope. Give me a look at tomorrow too. That's the one difficult thing about chasing out here, guys, is the hotel options are very slim. I talk about this a lot. Yeah, tomorrow still looks like Southwest South Dakota. And they're continuing that severe thunderstorm warning up there. Yeah, let's go north. Worst case scenario, we just give up at Torrington. Yeah, worst case scenario, we just give up at Torrington. But we'll go up toward Torrington and maybe try to catch something. I think we'll be able to get something. Just don't know what. Yeah, it sucks at Scottsbluff because I would normally just go stay in Scottsbluff, but you should see the prices over there. But at least we got something to look at, so it's not a wash. Yeah, the scenery is nice out here. I think tomorrow will be interesting. We get some storms over like the Badlands and stuff. That would be cool. I just hope that doesn't take a dump. Tell you what, this storm right here took a dump. We'll go to that cluster up to our northwest, I guess. It's really not a whole lot else for a choice here. Yeah, our little storm here kind of crapped out into nothing, and that one down there along I-80, about 20 miles west of Cheyenne, did the same thing. So that might be about it for everything down there, honestly. So we might be able to go catch this up here along Highway 85, northwest of Torrington here. Plus, I could probably get a bag of chips up here. It'd be great. That's the side of the road, if you were wondering.
Swimming pool, a few houses that high voltage, lots of Dalton, Sabella.
We're about halfway up to Torrington.
That's the phone I have whenever you're ready. B307-358-5654.
Last time I drove through here was a little bit less than a year ago. We had that tornado just off to our west by Yoder. It was a kind of a crappy tornado, but it still counted. It was pretty for a minute.
Number 11, please.
Little storm's trying to hang on back there. It's trying. That thing's hanging on back there, guys. It just won't die. It's coming across the road a little bit south of, well, it's right about where we came off of that east-west road. We're not too far south of Torrington. I'll stop for fuel up here. Or not fuel, but I have to get lunch. But I think we're probably going to go for that severe warning. I think.
Alright, Jasper. One 106. Good. That is booked to that, and he has the scooter back. The other
7-3, I just left, I'll turn back around.
Well, the stuff up here is about to cross I-25. I'm gonna have to get around this truck too. Holy cow, man. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot left to see with it. If we look over here to the due west, start to maybe see the tops of our severe warned cluster. We're not terribly far away. God damn. We're not terribly far away from it. We're like 30 miles-ish off in the distance, so not too bad. Thanks, Gina. Alright, we're gonna slide around this guy here. The good news is our target storms up here are not dying yet, so these ones might actually persist. So we might have made the right decision here. Yep. Yeah, we're starting to get a little better visual on these now. Those are definitely our storms.
Apparently that cluster to your northwest that got warned for 1.75 inch hail, surprisingly. So might be some decent sized hail in that.
All right.
Battery low. Battery low.
What the hell that thing was? Freaking like groundhog thing about ran out in front of me.
Channel 1.
That storm that we left is almost nothing on radar now. Pretty much mostly dissolved. Another one of those like little freaking platypus looking things, whatever the hell it is. Alright, coming into town now. You're Australian? Where's the platypus? What do you got? guys have like platypuses in Australia or something? You guys got kangaroos. Those are kind of neat. All right, there was no animal that time. That was just me totally scratching my foot, paying no attention to the road, but whatever. Why are we doing like 30 miles an hour in a 55? What the hell, people? Come on, we can do this. Cripes. I just gotta get through town real quick. Well, any day now we'll get through town. Unfortunately, we may have to go to the Mac disappointment. I wonder where the McDisappointment is in this town. Does anybody know? I don't think I've ever driven through here. I think I've always gone around it. I don't think I've ever gone into town. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna try the McDisappointment, guys. Gonna have to try it. If we pass it, that is. I mean, where the hell is it? It's either gonna be to the left or to the right. Ah, frick. It's to the right. Son of a... Ah! Well, this sucks, because that means we gotta go in the wrong direction for a half a mile. God bless. Okay, I just nuked one of these nuclear war fucking lunatics. But I'm going to address this anyway because I think it's kind of comical to see everybody acting like this. I'm going to tell you one thing right now, guys. And I'm not talking about that dumb blonde that went off on me on Twitter that thinks she's something because she's a female. which was her excuse. It's like, I'm a female, I know how this works. I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's literally reverse sexism. But just so you guys know, all of you folks that are panicking and freaking out about supposed World War III, get off of social media. Just get off of the internet for like 24 hours and your anxiety will go away. I'm dead serious. Like, I understand things are bad and stuff, and this country sucks, and Gavin Newsom's an idiot, and Trump is pissing people off, and Biden's pissing people off, and Kamala's pissing people off, and everybody's pissing everybody off, right? Everybody's pissed. Just get off of the internet for 24 hours and your anxiety will be better. Like, seriously, because half of the crap you're seeing on the internet is just clickbait bullshit. You know, I don't know who this Netanyahu man guy or whatever. I can't even point to Israel or Iran on a map. You know, I don't know where Iran is, and I don't know where Israel is. And you know what? Call me an uneducated idiot. I don't care, like that dumb blonde woman said. That's fine. And, you know, I'm saying that because that's basically what she called me. But, you know, if you want to say I'm an uneducated idiot because I don't know that, well, that's fine. But I have no business going over there. And I don't know where either of those places are. So if you're going to come into my chat and tell me that I need to address the war, supposedly, I can't do that because I don't even know where those places are. I'm more worried about what's going on in front of my windshield right now, just like all of us should be. Let's let the simulation figure that out for us. Because no matter what we do, it's not going to affect what happens over there. I understand our politicians on both sides of the political spectrum suck. They're all evil. Kamala's evil. Trump sucks. Biden sucked. Everybody sucks. They're all evil. Nobody cares about us. So just the hell with them. Yeah, I got a mobile order. It's WP71.
For Vitz?
Yeah, you got it.
Did you want a receipt today?
Negative.
Alright, we'll have that up in the second window.
Okay, thanks. Fuck, they forgot my drink. Son of a gun. I wonder if I can add to it, or if I need to make a new order. Son of a gun. So yeah, just, there was a comment that I nuked where somebody was panicking and saying I need to talk people through this. Listen, guys. Just, I mean this in all seriousness. Just chill out. Get off of social media for a minute, and your anxiety will go away if you're truly anxious about all this. Because the internet, the algorithm favors chaos. And the more chaos there is, the more of it you're going to see. Just get off of it for a while. Snack wraps are coming back? Ew. That's just an excuse to get a soggy chicken strip. Okay, well, let's see how long we're going to be sitting here. Did anybody start the timer? Okay, well, that truck got its food. That guy got. Oh man, we're cooking here now, guys. This is gonna be a quick one. I know it. I think we found a good one.
6-piece medium fry.
Yeah.
So you're waiting on the medium fry. Can I have you pull up?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
God damn it. Well, I knew we were about to get screwed. I knew that was coming.
He's trying to be positive.
Oh, dude, it's just every time. Every time.
Oh, man, you didn't add a drink.
I don't have time for that. I'm just going to go to the fucking gas station. No, they won't necessarily be fresh. I appreciate your positivity, but we've proven that time and time again on this channel that just because you're waiting for the fries does not mean they're going to be good. I've waited on fries plenty of times, and they're, like, nasty, so. I'm going to literally give this 3 minutes, at which point, guys, I am going to move on. Because I really don't have time to sit here. We need to go. I got bad luck with these places.
Alright, everyone, we're taking over-under on 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm actually going to just abandon the food at this point, because, like, this is kind of the last straw. This has screwed me over too many times. So, I think I'm going to cause... Oh, never mind. I was going to say I was going to cause kind of a little bit of an inconvenience. I was going to not pull up into the next stall and see if the line would back up, if that would make it any faster, but
Truly the last straw if you don't get a drink.
Oh, I'm just over these places, man. The customer service is absolute ass. Yeah, I had a drink on my order, guys, but it's literally right here, but for some reason it didn't go over to the screen. I don't know, but I'm not in the mood to argue it. It's just every time. If you're new here, we've probably spent... Well, I had a new record the other night. I waited 36 minutes. I'm not kidding. I waited 36 minutes for a 6-piece chicken nugget. No joke. I'm not even kidding. Like, and it was my only option. It was the only thing that was open. And when did I say 3 minutes? I think that was a minute ago. So at 3:43, I'm just gonna have to abandon the food. Like, it gets old. Because, like, I understand that these places, like, they're short-staffed and they don't get paid shit. Like, whatever, I get it. But it's really frustrating when... I guess it's frustrating because these places used to be, like, you were in and out in less than 5 minutes. 10 minutes tops. And now they've all become 10 to 20-minute waits, and the food is even worse. It's just really... It sucks. Well, I guess we're about to drive off without my food again. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, God. I wish they would just be upfront and honest with you. Like, hey, it's going to be 20 minutes for your french fries. Like, and I'll just be like, no, I'll be good. Hold on, let me Google how long it takes to make McDonald's fries. Hold on, I'll ask Grok.
Phone disconnected.
Hey, how long does it take to make McDonald's fries?
From potato to plate, McDonald's fries take about 3 to 5 minutes in the restaurant. They're cut, blanched, and partially fried at the supplier. Then
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Howdy. Thanks. Yeah, you too. Okay. Alright, get me the hell out of here. Alright, well that answers that.
Right on cue.
Okay, we need to go.
I think you need a PA system. Next time just say, step out of the building with the fries in your hand.
How long of a drive? Come on, cars. Oh, cripes. What are you doing? Those guys right there are going super slow. What are you guys doing? You got a green light up here, guys. Go. It ain't gonna get any greener, I don't think. Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. How slow are you guys gonna go? It's a 45. It says right there. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Just in time for the red light. Cool. This guy's got an Alaska license plate. Wow. Hello. I'm going to go through here so damn fast that you're not even going to know what happened. I'll even take the audio with me. I love how they put it in a bag so tiny that none of the food fits. That's how you know it's like relatively good. Anyway. Oh dear God. We're gonna wait in line again.
Do you have fun what you do?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Still waiting. Still waiting because someone can't get their card to work, so we're going to hold up the whole line of 20 people for it. Howdy, thanks.
Your cell phone?
Yeah, that's it.
Sir? $2.99.
No pay.
All right, thanks, you too. Jesus. All right, we're moving. Well, I lied when I said that would be fast. Ronald with wings, dude. You know what? I'm going to follow you around with a camera all day and complain about literally everything you do. Holy shit. See how you like it. All right, now let's get the hell out of here. No, seriously. So there's a guy in there, and it's not really the guy's fault. It's more the cashier's fault. So the guy's trying to get his card to work, but the machine's like messed up. And I don't know if you heard the cashier say it, but he goes, he can't afford to pay for it. Well, that wasn't true. The machine wasn't reading the guy's card. Like every time he would like swipe it or put the chip in, it would say like error. Like it was clearly the machine, not the guy. Like it was really stupid that cashier made the comment like, oh, because you can't afford to pay for it. Like that's not what's happening. The guy's trying to get his card to work and your machine's not working. Like it's not his fault. Whatever. But he's trying to pay, and there's like a good solid 6 or 7 people waiting, and all he had to do was open up another register or whatever. And there's this other lady standing there. I'm not even kidding. I wasn't gonna say it in there in case they could hear me, but she was legitimately standing behind the register digging in her nose, just like picking the hell out of her nose for like a good solid 30 seconds, just like staring you down. And I made eye contact with her as she's just like grinding in her nose, and it was super awkward. It's like, all right, and then she opened up the register, and it's like, oh, thank God. But thankfully, she did not touch my drink with the nose-picking hand, so we're good. But that place was a little bit, I don't know, I give that like a 3 out of 5. But yeah, that was actually really kind of rude of that guy, because it was a construction worker, and like he was just trying to buy a drink. Like it wasn't a big deal. It was just, and then he, like as he's having problems, he looks at the nose picker lady and goes, "Well," and goes, "I guess he can't afford to pay for it." Like, really? Like that was kind of mean. Like, it's not his fault your card machine sucks. But I looked at the card machine too. It looks like I got run over by a truck. No wonder it wouldn't read his card. Well, that's going to be a red light. Yep, sure is. Somebody can bitch about that on Twitter all day long, too. Technically, if it was Wisconsin, now some states are different, that would have been legal. Because my front wheel, my steer axle was over the stop line when it turned red. So, whatever. If I would have stopped, the F-250 behind me would have been in my back seat, so... The guy behind me blew it too, and the guy behind him even. And I did not want that guy rear-ending me, so I decided to keep going. That was a short yellow light, but cry about it. Got a little storm going up to our east now, too. Gosh dang. Storm still is severe warned. I wonder if this little storm to our west is going to go, or our east is going to go up. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to watch that carefully over the next minute. People still have Discover cards? Is that even a thing anymore?
I too am interested in that storm to the east. Echo Tops just shot up quite a bit.
Okay, well, did anybody ask you, clipboard holder?
Obviously not.
Jesus Christ. Hey, is your car fixed?
I think so.
What was it?
Well, they said it was something about it not being OEM, like genuine sensor in it, and then the connector was also going to crap.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so hopefully that fixes it. So I'll hopefully be out Monday.
Sweet.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back out there.
That'll be fun. Whoa. Travis is a hotel clerk. Please tell me not for the Econo Lodge. Alright, I'm turning around. This one to the west is going up. Or the east. Where can I turn around at? There's like nowhere to turn around. Well, right there would have been a place. Son of a gun. All right, we're gonna make an illegal traffic maneuver here. So get your screenshots ready, guys. There you go, Twitter trolls. Oh wow, look at that cumulus tower. Look at that. That looks pretty good. That's our storm. Oh, Travis is Team Hilton. Travis, I'm going back to Team Hilton. Because the week and a half, 2 weeks that Zach and Kayla were out here, IHG absolutely screwed us on multiple occasions. I'm just trying to burn up my points. I'm going back to Hilton. So, that'll be fun. Well, back through town again. I probably should have looked better at that when I was at the stoplight back here. But this is kind of a new storm that just fired up. And here we are, but there's only like 2 stoplights in this world. Or in this town, so. Alright, well, we'll see if this one does anything. At least it's closer. We don't have to drive 45 minutes to get to it. Still kind of pissed they forgot my drink. But I was not arguing it. We did not have time. And we're just slammed on our brakes up here, apparently. What is going on? Cripes. We're doing so good there for a minute. Looks like this thing's barely got any rain under it. Yeah, I'm in mountain time, so it's 4:04 here. We're an hour behind usual. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't go north because that kind of looks like trash. That stuff up in Montana doesn't look too bad, though. That stuff don't look too bad at all. But there was no way, I just couldn't make it up there. Like, it wasn't going to happen. Ideally, I would have been up there, but it just wasn't going to happen. And we're back in Nebraska. Okay, good question. So I think I'm way back in the chat, and I just realized I am. Somebody asking about the camera. Guys, I use an iPhone. That's what I use, because I don't know how to use the camera. If you're talking about this camera, the roof camera, I don't go into detail, and I can tell you a story why. It's not that I don't trust the audience. It's I don't trust other people. So it's cost me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to come up with the setup that I have, because a lot of this is custom. And it's not just the buying the equipment, but it's buying equipment and breaking it to try to engineer something, etc. And with that, at one point about 3 years ago, I thought I could trust other peers, and that turned out to be a mistake. You guys may remember if you've been around for a while, you guys remember when I first introduced the rear-facing camera. That was a GoPro and it sucked, and I needed something weatherproof, something that could stay out of the car. And I came up with a Marshall camera. It just so happened to be the same one Daniel was using, but I didn't know it at the time. I came up with it on my own, and I told another storm chaser that really wanted a rear-facing camera as well. I said, hey, hold on. I think I found the solution. Purchase this, and purchase this, and we'll make it work. So I buy it, and then it goes and gets bought. And before I told this person what to buy, I said, please don't tell anybody. I have spent thousands of dollars trying to figure this out. Please keep the design and the equipment to yourself, please. Yeah, no problem. I will do that for you. Like, okay. 6 months later, 4 other storm chasers have the same fucking thing. And I confront this person. I'm like, seriously? And the response was, well, this is a team. We're supposed to be a team out here. Everybody should have good equipment. And I'm like, but that's not what you agreed to. And what you fucking did screwed me. It's like, that to me, that was awful. And it really pissed me off because I put so much blood, sweat, and tears in it just for somebody else to just rip it off. And that's what makes me mad, because I put, like, there were so many sleepless nights on that initial roof camera design. Just to have somebody literally pull their pants down and shit on it. It hurts, you know? And that's a pattern that I've had over the past 5 or 6 years. I guess 6 or 7, yeah, about 6 years. where I've helped and I've helped and I've helped other people come up with solutions, and as soon as they get what they want, they treat you like dog shit. So I'm just done. I've got my handful of very close friends, and beyond that, I don't give a rat's ass. I really don't. You know, I've got my handful and a half of those close friends that I trust, and beyond that, I just don't care. Because I'm sick of getting screwed over, you know. What I have right now, I will not publicize because it is so heavily custom engineered that nobody else is going to have it. And it's not that I don't want other people to have it. It's just that I put all of my time and effort and financials into researching and developing something. I don't think it's fair that somebody should just get a free answer and then treat me like shit on top of it. You know, I don't work for them, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the backstory. That's why I don't talk about my equipment when it comes to specifics very often. Because it's just not right when people do stuff like that. And like, I've had so many fake friends out here. They treat you so well, and then the second that they can do something on their own or they don't need your help, then you're dog shit to them. And it's like, okay, well, go F yourself then, basically. It's like, I don't play that game anymore. Like, I have a family, I have staff, I have supporters, an audience, etc. You know, that respect what we do and support what we do, and I'm not going to disrespect them by going off and being an idiot and trusting people again. The hell with that. So that's kind of the backstory. I guess I probably never really explained it, but that's why I oftentimes don't answer the equipment questions, because it just leads to a rabbit hole of going down and down and down and down, and it's just, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just use an iPhone for pictures, guys. Part of me wanted to put a thing up on the internet like, hey, give me $3,000 and I'll go buy a Sony A3, whatever, the best of the best, and I will learn how to use it. But I'm also not going to go beg for $3,000. That's ridiculous. But I think I am going to start setting aside some money and purchasing a good camera to do something even better. But yeah, I just use an iPhone for now. iPhone 16 Pro Max. Like, I'll tell you that. I mean, that's not a big deal, but the sensors in the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I'm pretty sure they're Sony sensors, but the sensors are big enough now that you can do like low light, like storm clouds and stuff, and it doesn't get all grainy or noisy. I mean, honestly, the iPhone cameras are fantastic. I'm just talking more about the camera controlling and the video switching and the camera spinning around and stuff, that kind of stuff. Like, that's the proprietary stuff that I keep very close to me. Like, yeah, I'll tell you, I use an iPhone for everything else. Yeah, for sure. I haven't played with any of the new Insta cameras. No, all the new Insta 360s, like the X4 and the X5, I haven't touched them. I still have an X3. I think I need to upgrade, though, because what I've been told is the X5 is, like, super, super better. It's kind of expensive, though. Way pricier than you think it should be. A lot of these action cameras are overpriced, in my opinion. Yeah, and that's the problem, John. My X3 is terrible in low light, so that might be why I need to consider upgrading. The X3 is absolute just garbage in low light. Yeah, I also heard that the new ones have a replaceable lens, which is good. Look at the structure on that on the back side. If you have a 12 Pro Max, I'm sure the camera is probably just fine. Everything after like the iPhone 12 or 13 is just kind of, I mean, they're very minimal upgrades. All right, we're gonna sit here and wait for a 1-lane road because awesome. Take this road to the east. Just trying to avoid that 1-lane road. I figure out why that's trying to horizon level on me. It's not supposed to. That'll level out in a second. I don't know why it's doing that.
It doesn't look like much on the radar right now either. You're not seeing any bright yellows, reds, or anything? Real far off. Are you figuring what? Torrington or Lingle or where? North. Oh, up north. Yeah, Niobrara County. Yeah, I think so. Coming into the county maybe by Harrison, I don't know.
1.13 inches an hour is what's falling right now.
Okay. I guess we'll see what happens.
That's accumulated 0.19 inches now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm watching guys out poking.
The cops on that portion of the storm due north, you just bumped up to 52K.
You're talking about the one that I'm on?
Yeah, the portion of it due north of you.
Alright.
Oh, well, here we go.
Yeah, roger that.
Try to get over to Highway 29 here. Yeah, sounds like our storm's intensifying, so I think we got a good storm. It's just got to take it a little while to come together.
Powerful today.
Yeah, I was over there this morning.
Okay. I was here behind a mower and a weed trimmer and riding on the zero turn and moving things around. Yeah, quite a productive day.
Kind of pretty.
This one's severe. 1 inch hail, 6 mile-per-hour winds.
Thanks.
The National Weather Service in Cheyenne has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Wyoming County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, eastern Scottsbluff County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, northwest County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, southern Sioux County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, until 5:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 4:22 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 15 miles northeast of Henry to near Malvika, moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Scotts Bluffs, Gering, Terrytown, Minutair, Lake Minutair State Recreation Area, Lake Alice No. 2, Scotts Bluff Airport, Lake Alice, and Scotts Bluff National Monument. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the following counties: in Nebraska, Box Butte, Morrill, Scotts Bluff, and Sioux. This is a severe thunderstorm message for the following.
Alright, so severe thunderstorm warning now for our storm. So we are getting on a severe thunderstorm warning today, so it's not a total bust. I think we just started a little too early. I think this was probably the target all along. Find a couple of real slow movers here. If they go straight, I'm gonna go south. I just don't want to be still. We're going about 25, which is understandable, but I want to go a little quicker than that. So if they go straight, I'm not going straight. Come on, guys. What are you doing here? Yep, they're going straight. So I'm going to go south. We'll go down to the next east-west road. You know, they're not doing anything wrong. I'm not going to be stuck behind that all day. We'll never get anywhere. Go down here and get on Highway 26 and go east. Start heading over toward Alliance. We want to get on the southern portion of this storm. If we're going to get any good structure, it's going to be on the southern portion.
It's slowing down with the drizzle here already too. Come down pretty good there for about 30 seconds to a minute, I guess. It's got everything soaking wet. Yeah, roger that. I guess I can say my garden may not need water tonight. Yeah, I would say so.
We're almost down here to Mitchell.
Weather Underground and KVB were pretty much on time. They said 2 o'clock. They weren't too far off. Looks like there's another one rolling in after this one in a little bit. Is he coming straight for Scottsbluff County? That's what it looks like from the northwest. Oh, it's moving southeast, huh?
What?
Yeah.
There is not another one moving. What is he talking about?
I heard him talking earlier about
This guy's got no
Albany
clue.
and Converse County and stuff there, and it was moving northeast. So this is moving a different direction. Yeah, that's what it looks like on AccuWeather.
I have no idea what they're even talking about.
Now I'm showing 79, so that's cool.
AccuWeather explains it all.
Yeah, I'm showing
Oh yeah, for sure.
down here.
They did mention Weather Underground too, so yeah. Kind of a pretty view.
That guy out there on the tractor, he's just finishing up the second field with his cultivator. I bet he's just happier than you know what today. Cultivating the corn to have it rain on it. Yeah.
We're gonna head towards Scottsbluff and then go east out of there. And so we kind of want to be on the southern side of this if there's gonna be anything cool to look at. So your thunderstorm warning is still in effect, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind.
Okay. You got scratchy there. I don't know. It must be moving around. Yeah. Bill, you were saying what? It was what and what?
2475 hertz tone at 250 milliseconds.
Oh, okay. I just wondering. Just wondering. I didn't hear it on the scanner today. I didn't hear much on the scanner today except a couple guys off tractors.
Oh, I was seeing the up demonstration it to a few people.
Yeah, but when I'm on the mower, I ain't listening to anything except the mower.
Yeah, I haven't been messing with it since I got home.
Well, it looks like it stopped raining.
Yeah, it looks like the sun's coming out from now here.
Alright, we'll get through Scottsbluff. And then we'll actually be out ahead of this storm in just a minute or two. It's not going to take much.
They're saying another round of this maybe tomorrow and Sunday.
Sure, you just get our bathing suits on.
There you go. Get out there and enjoy it.
Storm's going over that state recreation area where there's really like no roads at all. It's just a road hole or that wildlife refuge or whatever it is. So we kind of just got to take 26 to the east of Scotts Bluff, and then let's see, what's our next one? There is a north option. It's Road 75.
To activate ground stations. One tone would open up the receiver, and another tone is the end of transmission tone would close the receiver on the ground station.
Yeah, this thing, that box is so versatile. You know, you can do a whole lot with them.
Once I got the basics from the guy on the feeder builder, it was easy to tweak the tone to my spec.
Oh yeah, yeah. That controller, I mean, that thing's got more brains in it than you know. And for its year of manufacture, it was up there pretty well.
I bet those things cost a pretty penny back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can only tell you when back in 2004 when we were installing those out here, yeah, they were expensive.
About 20 grand.
I think it was that high, but I mean, when you think about the antennas that we put on the towers, and most of the towers that we had around here with them on were just close to 200 feet up to the top where you put the verticals, then the duplexer cams, and then the Quantar itself, and then all 7-8 feed lines going up to it. Yeah, that's expensive per site, you know.
They had multi-couplers for the dissect everything on the one axis when they transmit one receive antenna. At least that's the way they had it up at South Central when I was up there servicing the cable and stuff.
They split the antennas up there. Trunking systems that do that all the time.
Alright, almost through town now. We'll go out, we'll go east on 26. Like I said, we need to get on the front side of this thing to see anything of any interest.
Yeah, then they came out with the Motorola ER8000 trunking station. We had one of those out in, what the heck's the name of that town there? I just lost it. Oh my goodness. Guernsey. Yeah, it was one of the substations out there. They had that out there. Combiners and stuff like that. 5 channels of trunking.
What kind of trunking was that? LCR or Motorola?
It was Motorola. It was actually for...
That's cool, look at that.
For the Air Force. Building and room on the tower and so on, and yeah, they came up and installed all that. They were there, and then it was on a network, T1 network, going all the way down to Colorado Springs, so the guy could be on a handheld out there at the Guernsey Airport talking to a guy in Colorado Springs. It was real handy. Yep, it was for all the missile stuff out here and all of that. And of course, all their training stuff. So, yeah, it was close. I've been in enough complexes, military. I've got no desire to go to any more.
Now, when I watch the war games, that kind of sparks my curiosity.
But that's stories, you know.
I want to see what the real one looks like.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we'll see something here. Hard to beat yesterday, though. Get some small hail out of this. Alright, well, there wasn't much in there, was there? Well, I just had a cloud-to-ground lightning bolt like a mile off in that field, and it was pretty crazy. And of course, we were facing the wrong way for it. That sucks. Well, you kind of got to see it there. Awesome. Pull right out in front of us. Great idea. Alright, once we get out ahead of this, we might have like a little shelf cloud or something to look at. That'd be cool. Not a whole lot happening over there. Oh, screw you. Not a whole lot happening over there. Getting more lightning, though. Of course, now that I turn the camera on, there's no more lightning. Go figure. We'll stay with this cluster for a while. The southern part of it is kind of... looks like it might be trying to come together a little better here. Getting a little Boeing segment out of this. Well, we got one there. Still severe warned. Alright, we're out ahead of the precipitation now. So, maybe in a couple of miles we'll be able to see up high enough, and I don't know, maybe we'll have some structure. Standards are set pretty low today. I'd be happy with anything. Honestly. Good thing we were out yesterday, otherwise today would be kind of lame. But I will tell you that tomorrow does look way more promising than today. Especially with the location it's going to be in. It should be really pretty. And there's like nothing to look at here, is there? What the hell? But like I said yesterday, and like we saw yesterday, sometimes these storms look like total garbage, and then all of a sudden 5 minutes later it's the best thing I've ever seen. So can't write it off yet. It's pretty early. I think we started the live stream too early. I think that early stuff was just trash. I think this has always been kind of the main show. Probably should have known that, but that's alright. Not a big deal. Still has a severe thunderstorm warning on it, though. I'm kind of questioning just how severe it actually is, because when we drove through it, it didn't really do anything. Looks like it's kind of doing some downscale growth. It's almost transitioning from a line, or a little Boeing segment, into 3 different updrafts here. So this one here, right behind us, this might become kind of the main show here. Right, this issued a new severe warning.
The southern portion of the storm you're on just got its own severe.
Thanks.
The National Weather Service in Cheyenne has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for South Central Knox Butte County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, Eastern Scottsbluff County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, Northwestern Morrill County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, Northeastern Banner County in the Panhandle of Nebraska, until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near LaGrue, or 12 miles east of Scottsbluff, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Bridgeport, Baird, Trinitaire, Melvita, LaGrue,
Northport, Lake Military State Recreation Area, Bridgeport State Recreation Area, Angora, Morrill County Fairgrounds, Chimney Rock National Historic Site, Lamar Corner, the intersection of Highway 385 and L62 in South Garrett Junction. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the following counties in Nebraska: Banner, Box Butte, Morrill, and Scotts Bluff.
I'm gonna look for a spot where we can pull off. Maybe up on a hill. That'd be good. That's not gonna be one. I'll try this road. If this guy don't get off my bumper, I swear to God. Jesus, dude. Driving's hard. This might be promising. Maybe. Worth a look anyway. I think we passed our perfect spot. Actually, no. Hang on. I got a better parking spot. Right here, so we're level. And then we'll just do this. Not a terrible view. Seen way better, but it's not terrible. Alright, got that time lapse set up there. Hold on a second, I gotta mute you because I'm gonna switch this mic over. Hang on. Okay. Shit, I probably need to turn that camera on. Alright, well, we'll just sit here and watch this thing roll in, I guess. Severe thunderstorm warned. Doesn't look too crazy, though. Kind of high based, but it's about, let me measure here. This thing's only about 6 miles away. It's moving pretty slow. I wish we had a little shelf cloud or something on here. It's peaceful though, without a bunch of people running around. I can't even make out really any storm structure to this thing at all. It's kind of a mess. It's not very far away either. It's just, like I said, just a few miles. I mean, it's damn near on top of us. Just, you know, sometimes when you get these storms that, you know, doesn't always mean that they're going to actually have anything good to look at. I mean, you can get severe storms that don't really have any structure to them, and this might be one of them. Just reissued the severe thunderstorm warning for the northern portion of this also. Just regular run-of-the-mill stuff though. 60-mile-an-hour winds, 1-inch hail. Well, what do you guys think? Yeah, there's just nothing to look at in there at all. I mean, what the hell? I thought we would have a shelf cloud or something on this thing, but man, this thing sucks. I think part of it, if you look at the top of the screen, you see however there's like that gray low-lying cloud. Like that, just that flat cloud. Well, I don't know how to describe it. There's a lot of low-lying clouds obstructing our view. The thunderstorm is back there on the horizon, but all these clouds between us and it, I think, are ruining our view. There's probably a really pretty storm in there. We just can't see it. At least that's my guess. Yeah, this is corn. It's Nebraska, of course it's corn. See, all they have here is corn. Holy smokes, guys. Something's got to happen. What the frick? We're starting to get a little bit of structure poking through. Probably out of frame on my stupid time lapse, though, because that's how it always goes. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. I mean, you can make out some structure in there, sort of, kind of. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not a total wash. I've seen way worse. But it's not too bad. Some kind of non-stop thunder going on in there, but it's just very quiet. Well, I feel like we've been watching this thing for 20 minutes and it hasn't moved. Kind of hasn't. I mean, this is still moving at... They say it's moving at 30. There's no way. Yeah, they say it's moving at 30. I think it's moving at like 15. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not a total wash. We got a storm with a severe warning on it. I mean, that's cool. It's not too bad, guys. I think tomorrow's going to be better because we're going to have those storms probably, if everything goes right, probably up over the national park up there, and I think that's going to look really cool. Let me see how long it's going to be of a drive here. Up to like Rapid City. I'm not going up there tonight. That would be awful. Oh, actually not. It's 2.5 hours. It's not bad. We're only going to have like a 2.5 hour drive tomorrow. Not bad at all. I was actually hoping that our thunderstorm activity today would... Originally, it was kind of looking like it might form kind of over Cheyenne, which it tried, and then track east along I-80, which I was really hoping it would because I was just going to go back to North Platte for the night. It's way cheaper. I think it's about to rain. Once it starts raining, I'll probably get out of here. We'll probably go up Highway 385. I'm going to probably go to Alliance for the night, I think. There's really no other options. My options for hotels are either to go, how far is Sydney? Hold on, Sydney's not too far south. Sydney is like straight south of here on I-80. Yeah, so I could go an hour south to Sydney, and that adds an hour to my drive in the morning, which isn't a big deal, but the hotels are super expensive in Sydney tonight for some reason, probably because it's Friday night. Or we could go to Chadron, whatever it is, which normally would be great, but they're sold out. So we'll just go to Alliance. I'm probably about to get the hell out of here, to be honest with you. This is starting to crap out. I'll put a thing on the Snapchat story, though, for the hell of it, I guess. All right. Yeah, I think I'm out of here, or at least out of this location. There's just not... The closer and closer this thing gets, the more disappointed I am. It's like, oh, this sucks even worse than it did a minute ago. That's all right. It's really not a big deal, because otherwise what would I be doing? Sitting in a hotel? Like, I would much rather be doing this. All right, let's head toward Alliance. We'll be in the severe thunderstorm warning most of the way there, so... It sucks, too, because there's an abandoned house right there, and I thought we were going to get a chance, but that's all right. Holy cow, look at all the cars on this road. We'll go north on 385 here. It's probably the way everybody's going. There's a bunch of cars here. Never expected this many cars in the middle of freaking western Nebraska. That's kind of pretty. It's almost a better view up here. Maybe we should have just came up here to begin with. Well, today wasn't terrible. Tomorrow should be pretty decent. 2.5 hour drive tomorrow, so that's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was gonna be like 5, but 2.5 hours up there is not too bad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Because even if we get garbage storms, it's still going to be pretty with everything being over the Badlands and stuff. Alright folks, I'm probably going to go ahead and start shutting this down. I think we're kind of done here. Alright guys, I hope everybody has a good night. Appreciate all of our Super Chat folks, PayPal folks, channel members. Remember, if you're a channel member, you can watch the stream without ads. You just got to open up the members only stream. It's a carbon copy simulcast of this one, except monetization's turned off. So that's included. But I think tomorrow's going to be a little better day, a little more interesting. So tomorrow and the next day, we're probably going to be somewhere in southern South Dakota, southwest South Dakota, maybe even northwest Nebraska, somewhere in that region. Monday, we're probably going to be farther off to the east, so maybe like west or eastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, maybe northwestern Iowa. But also on Tuesday, we're probably going to be back in just central or south central Nebraska. And then Wednesday, it's probably going to be Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois. So we've got about a week of this kind of no man's land stuff. I like it up here, but I much prefer like East New Mexico, West Texas and stuff, because there's more hotel options. I like it up here. It's just it's tough to chase up here because of, you know, lack of options. You know, at least in like Texas and New Mexico, you got hotels and stuff. Up here, you got to drive forever to find something. So we'll be out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down from here. You guys have a good night, and again, thanks for supporting the channel. Have a good one, I guess, if I can figure out how to stop this. This might be a minute. Just bear with me. See you tomorrow.